Good day, good day, good day, everyone. Good day, Gladys. It's good to see you. Yes, 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 on this happy Tuesday. Welcome, winter solstice. Today is the winter solstice. It occurred at 10:59 a.m. on our side of the world, which is just so cool. And I went out early this morning and it just felt crisp. It's chilly, but it had like this crispness to it. So I really enjoyed that. Good day, Ron. It's good to see you. Happy solstice to you too. Happy holidays, Tim. Thank everybody for being with me live today for Morning Sip with Red Melissa. And SIP is the acronym Spirit in Practice. That's what SIP stands for, Spirit in Practice, because that's what we do. We practice, we practice, we practice, because the perfection is in the practice. You want to get better at something? Just keep practicing, right, Linda? Just keep practicing. So we started our new series yesterday, Solstice, right? Inspired by the season, inspired by winter solstice. And so I want to remind everyone that the definition that we are using for solstice is this: a turning point, to make stand. And that's the origins of the word, to make stand. And yesterday we talked about caught breath, right? That beautiful quote that I share from Margaret Atwood, who, by the way, I was so excited when I read this morning when I was doing my morning practice. Today's Science of Mind magazine is opening with Margaret Atwood's quote that I quoted yesterday. I love when that happens. So I was all excited. So we was talking about caught breath, and specifically the still point between our inhale and our exhale, right? Between our inhale and our exhale is what we are calling our solstice, our turning point, right? Our place of stillness, right, within ourselves. Ernest Holmes likes to say, oh, it might have been Emerson. I can't remember, but one of those guys says that the space between each thought is stillness. Is stillness, right? Is stillness. So that's where we are. So we are mirroring the season, and we're mirroring solstice, the winter solstice specifically, because the winter solstice is a time when we're going to experience our longest night, right? Our longest night. And I was looking up some stuff on the winter solstice for my sermon this past Sunday. And one of the things that I read was, this is the precise moment at 10:59 a.m. this morning. It was, oh no, not yet. Oh, we're gonna be in SIP when it happens. Oh, this is so exciting for me right now. At 10:59, y'all, we could do this together. We're gonna experience the tilt at 10:59 a.m. Yes, 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 right? So it's the precise moment at which the northern hemisphere is tilted furthest from the sun. So we're going to be tilted furthest from the sun at 10:59 a.m. today. Oh, this is exciting. All right. So until that time, we're going to continue on with SIP. So today we're going to talk about the power of dissolvement. The power of dissolvement. Yes, thank you, Linda. So Linda's telling me Wayne Dyer also refers to that pause in the breath between inhale and exhale. Yes, it's a pause, it's a stillness, it's a standing still, it's a turning point, right? It is our solstice. And I love thinking about my breath that way now, right? It's my own personal solstice that I have throughout the day. Every breath is a solstice in between, right? In between the inhale and the exhale. All right. So dissolve is where we're going today. And so I looked up the definition for dissolve, and it means this: to bring to an end, liquefy, melt, disintegrate, right? Melt away, liquefy, to bring to an end, right? And that's what the solstice is all about. It's bringing to an end the darkness, making way for the light to start to emerge, right? It's the longest night, right? It's the shortest day. But after that turning point, everything starts to shift, right? Everything starts to shift into the sun, into the light. But we have to have that darkness first before that process starts to emerge, right? So we don't want to skip that. We don't want to skip the energy, the power of dissolving that which is coming to an end, that which needs to be melted away, to be liquefied, right? And we were sharing, Sekou and I were sharing at the end of the show yesterday about how sometimes we hold darkness as something that is bad, right? And how we hold light as something that is good. And they're both good, right? The energy that we can use through both of these energy is all energy, right? Is what it is. It's something that we can use. It's useful. It's necessary, is what Sekou pointed out that I said. I said, oh, I said that. And then when I listened back, I was like, oh, yeah, I did say that. So darkness is a necessity. The sun needs the darkness. So if the sun needs the darkness, what makes us think that we don't need it and that we can't use it for our next unfolding? What makes us think that it is not necessary for us also? So I want to read just a little part from the Tao Te Ching, verse 16. And it's all about the cycle of emerging, flourishing, and dissolving. And this is the small piece that I want to read. Emerging, flourishing, dissolving, back again. This is the eternal process of return. To know this process brings enlightenment. To miss this process brings disaster. Be still. Stillness reveals the secrets of eternity. Eternity embraces the all possible. Isn't that wonderful? To be still, because in the stillness, the secrets are revealed. That which we need to know is made known to us in the stillness. And we know this. Yet, we fight against being still, right? We want to be in the activity, right? Not in the beingness of stillness, but in the doingness of the activity. And these two vibrations work perfectly together when they're in harmony with each other. And I know for myself, oftentimes I'm out of harmony with my beingness and my doingness, right? So this solstice is an opportunity for us to come back into alignment, to harmonize with the darkness, right? Just to be open and to give what is ready to come to an end, to give it the end that is necessary for you to move on to the next cycle of emerging. We don't want to skip over it. We don't want to skip over the dissolvement, right? To disintegrate that which is complete. So, what is complete in your life? Let's not drag it into 2022, right? We all have at least one thing that we can identify that we are done with. It could be a habit, a belief. It could be people, y'all. It could be, physical things. It could be mental things, emotional things, physical things, right? That you are complete with. And we just hold it as completeness, not as bad and not as good. It just is. To be in a space of equilibrium, right? To be at the center of that wheel, everything is turning around it, right? But the center is still. The center is still, right? Like the eye of a storm. It's still. But all around it, things are moving, right? So we get to be that still point. We get to use the darkness the way the sun uses the darkness, the way that the light uses the darkness, so that it could gradually emerge, right? Gradually emerge. So, winter solstice being the longest night dissolves so the longest day can begin its journey of emerging, right? Its journey of becoming more of itself. It doesn't become something other than a sun. It becomes more. It becomes, the light becomes more, right? Gradually, brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. And so can we. And so can we, right? By being deliberate about this time in our lives. So let's take inventory. And let's take inventory in the stillness, not in the activity. So maybe in your next meditation, you just ask the question, what is ready to be complete? What is ready to be dissolved, to be liquefied? What am I ready to release, to let go of? What am I ready to say goodbye to? Right? Just as calm and peaceful as your breathing is. And wait for the answer to reveal itself. Because the other thing that dissolvement invites us to be in is to be patient in the pause. Be patient in the pause. Don't push the pause. Don't don't make the pause go before it's ready to go. So we may need to come back to it over and over again, consistently, to get whatever the message is that we need to receive. Sometimes I go into meditation and I ask a question and nothing comes. I don't say, oh, well, guess that didn't work. Won't do that again. No. The next time I meditate, I go within and I ask the question again. For me personally, my answers come through writing. So I'll write the question down. What is ready to be released? What is ready for dissolvement? And the answer comes through my writing. But I know that works for me because of practice. I practice with different tools. And at different times, different tools work for me. But we only know that by practicing, by practicing. I see you, Gladys, ready to release, to dissolve insecurity. Yes, yes, let's dissolve insecurity. Put it in the darkness. The darkness is ready, willing, and it is Ori. You remember the Ori series, your purpose? The purpose of the darkness is to dissolve whatever is put into it, to create space, because the dissolvement creates space for that which is seeking to be revealed and to emerge, through you. So yes, let's put that insecurity into the darkness. Yes. And I will add that, Gladys, to I'm starting a dissolvement list for myself. So I will add that to my dissolvement list. So if anyone else wants to get on this dissolvement list, because I'm doing a whole ritual with myself later on today. So if anybody wants to get on this dissolvement list, just put it in the chat, put it in the comments. What are you ready to release? What are you ready to put into the darkness? And I will include it in my ritual. All right? All right. So let's dissolve what is no longer necessary. Let's dissolve what is no longer needed. Let's dissolve what we are complete with. Let's dissolve what has served us so that the next thing that we need can come into fruition. Yes? All right. So darkness holds the space for what is no longer necessary. Please take that in. Darkness prepares the space for your light to shine and begin your emergence. Please take that in. Please take that in. All right. All right, y'all. So that's where we are today. Solstice, dissolvement. Linda, I am dissolving directionless wandering. Okay, that's a tongue twister. Diana, old and outlived past antiquated beliefs. Oh, yes, yes. I got you. I will add that to my list. I will add that to my list. Okay. All right. You can continue to put them in the comments. We're going to go on to some joy news. All right. So let's see. Where are we? Okay. Trying to think what I want to share first. All right, let me just go by what I wrote down. How about that? Let me just go by that, right? See how we could just complicate things? It's so unnecessary. It's so unnecessary. All right. So this Sunday, living life in joy. If you missed last Sunday, my guest was Sekou Wrights. We had a wonderful conversation about what is up, what is coming up. No, we didn't really talk about what's coming up, did we, Sekou? No, we mainly talked about evolution, how things evolved, right? How things evolve. And when I was thinking about that, Sekou, afterwards, was our involvement is necessary for things to evolve. And you're like the perfect demonstration of that for me. So if you want things to evolve, you have to involve yourself. It's not just going to happen all by itself, right? You got to involve yourself in it. So thank you, Sekou, for that lesson for me, that reminder for me. I really appreciate it. Join me this Sunday for Living Life in Joy, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, right here on New Thought Media Network. Please join me right after at 11:30 a.m. for Sunday in Praise at Rockland CSL. We are celebrating the first day of Kwanzaa. So if you've been curious about Kwanzaa, you're going to have your experience of it today, because New Thought doesn't do too much around Kwanzaa. I'm just saying. So Red Melissa right here. Yes, right. I'm bringing it. We're doing Kwanzaa on Sunday. That's what's going to happen. And the topic is Kwanzaa. There's another subtopic, but I don't remember it right now. So please join me for the first day of Kwanzaa. If you've been curious, if you celebrate Kwanzaa, please celebrate it with us at Rockland CSL. We'll be virtual only on Sunday on Facebook Live or on Zoom. You can go to our website and get the and get the Zoom link. Yes, Bonnie, I just saw your shout out about Hanukkah. Yes, the same. Yes, all of that. So, yes, I'm not going to go further than that. Yes. Because I'm an interfaith minister, so I really honor all of the special celebrations, right? That honors all aspects of who we are, right? Because ultimately, y'all, all paths, every last one of them leads to God. So you can take whichever road you want. It don't matter, right? They all lead to the oneness that we are. All right. Please register for the 30-day mental diet, our first class of 2022. And I think it's the perfect class for 2022 to start because we got to get our mind right. Get our thinking clear, right? So that we're setting ourselves up for success, not struggle. We're setting ourselves up for success, not struggle. So you can register on Rockland CSL. You can also register through Eventbrite. All the information is there. Thank you, Sekou. The first class is January 4th. It's Tuesdays at 7 p.m. on Zoom. And the love donation is $55. Okay? All right. Also, on January 5th, we'll have visioning. So it'll be our first visioning for January 5th. So please join me on Zoom. Again, you could go to Rockland CSL, click on the Zoom link for Wednesday's events, and you'll be in the Zoom room. Yes, my first registrant for the 30-day mental diet is Lindsay. Yes, it's Lindsay. Thank you, Lindsay, for registering. So y'all be like Lindsay. Don't wait till the last minute and register now like Lindsay did. And Lindsay took the class before also. So here, a perfect demonstration that it doesn't matter if you've done it before because it's different every single time because you are different every single time. All right, I'm going to check in with Sekou, see how he's doing.
Yeah, I had so many things that I wanted to comment on. And then you would say something else. I'd be like, oh, I want to comment on that. And now I don't remember what it is. The funny thing was, because you started talking about, why don't I just read what I wrote down? And that distracted me because this morning I did not read what I wrote down. And I forgot to say like 3 things on my show that I was sure I was going to say. I was like, oh, wow, I'll say those. I don't need to focus on those. Nope, didn't say them. So I'll say this. It is my intention to... I'm inspired by your lead, your 30-day mental diet classes. So it is my intention to do a class in January. So I'm calling it like Fit 5, fitness and finance together. So we'll do something physical and we'll do something financial related. We'll also meet once a week to talk about how it's going. So that's my intention. That's one of the things that I forgot to say on my own show. I'm saying it here. If you're interested, let me know and we can get that together.
Sounds good.
Okay, I just remember something. We gotta hang out here until 10:59 anyway.
Oh, that's right, because we gotta experience the solstice together.
Yeah. So I remember something. So you were talking about how the darkness can absorb and your dissolvement list, and that reminded me of a funny story. So I was introduced to the burning bowl technique at a New Thought church many years ago. And the idea is you write down these things that you don't want and you burn them in a bowl. Hence the phrase burning bowl at the new year. So these are things you don't want to bring into the new year. And so I did that for a couple of years, and then I couldn't remember what that thing was that I got rid of. I was like, all right, I just want to make sure I'm getting rid of that thing. And I couldn't remember. So I started a new habit of writing it down twice. Here's the thing that I'm trying to get rid of. I'm trying to get rid of insecurity. But let me write it down again over here so that I can remember that I'm trying to get rid of insecurity. I remember what I put in the bowl that I burned on New Year's Eve. And so it was only in this process, like during the pandemic, when I was like, wait, I got a whole stack up, because they're here in Nashville, the whole stack of papers in my room, all these things that I was trying to get rid of, but I've been hoarding them to remember what it was I was trying to get rid of. And I had my own burning bowl ceremony at this university, by the way. Just in the morning, I made my own little bowl, burned all my little papers. I was like, all right, now, see, You got to let it go. You got to let the darkness dissolve things that you were trying to let go. Don't try to remember what they were. Let them go and let them be gone.
Yes. That is so true. That you don't want to hold on to it.
Right? Don't write it down twice. Don't be like
That's right.
Don't write it down twice. Write it down once, but put it on the dissolvement list, and it is gone. Don't think about it.
It's gone. Let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go. Because then you become tethered to it again
Right.
by trying to remember.
Right. Try to remember it. Trying to look at the list to remember what I wrote down to let go of. Ridiculous. Did that for years. Ridiculous.
No. Right? That's the emerging part that we want to remember, right? When we get to the next thing. So when we write down the things that we desire for ourselves, that's what we want to remember, right? We don't write that down just once and then forget about it. No, we got to give energy to that every day throughout the day, right? So I'm already starting my 2022 list. I haven't come up with a title for it yet, but I'm already starting to make little notes to myself for 2022. And I think I shared one of the things on my list for 2022 is more celebration. It's more celebration in my life. So I'm already in that flow. But today we're going to have a dissolvement ritual. And y'all, I don't see anything else in the comments, so I guess everybody's good. So if you want to be added to my dissolvement list, put it in the comments and I will include it in my ritual. I can't dissolve it for you. I'm just including it in my ritual, right? You still have your work to do. And we're going to use the darkness to do it. All right, it's 10:58, y'all. So let's just breathe for a moment as we welcome in the winter solstice. So let's go within. If you want to close your eyes or just lower your gaze or look out the window, whatever it is that you want to do, let's just take in a breath together. Inhale. And let's hold it. Hold it. Hold it. And let it go slowly. And it's 10:59. All right. So happy winter solstice. Happy darkness. Happy dissolvement. Peace and blessings. Peace and justice. We're living life in joy. Yes, we are. Connected to our yes.